Hello and welcome to the catch-up stage of the session. Oh, doing some weird, it's hovering over my desktop. I don't know that you would have seen that actually, because the game demands, or the recording software demands, that I only do this. Well, we're down to 11,941, but there is a reason for that. I didn't think we'd actually do this over the winter, but we have managed to buy Field 17, which is ready for us to, it's cultivated already. Oh, fertilised 50% as well, bonus, absolutely bonus. It's not planted, so we're going to have fun and games planting this. We did a bit of a land bridge. This is a big field. This is going to seriously... It's a good job we have my little seeder, which I've taken out for the time being because there was something wrong. I'm going to grab the one that I did for Giants testing and then switch the... because it's something about moaning. There was no errors whatsoever. And I also played it, did quite a lot of testing with it because I wanted it to be spot on. So this is the entrance into the field. I doubt anyone else will have ever done this. Probably because they're more sensible than me, but I've done this quite a few times now. It's sort of getting a bit better than it used to be. It's never perfect. No, it isn't. But so I think we've done something that no one else will have ever done. I just wanted to do something a bit different. So we're now going to be working this end of the map as well. Really, this is our playground. Yeah, this is the centre point, and we've actually gone this way like that. So we could eventually buy field... I think there's a gate there, and you can go into that. I'm sure there is. And we could buy field 16. Field 26 is there as well. Isn't that... Oh, it is. That's the one... Of course it is. This... me and field 26 go back a long way. That was my landing point, my farmyard, and my very first field on Calmsden, as it was called back then. We had many adventures and grew our... empire. So yeah, this is now our stomping grounds. I mean, even if we only had 17, 10 and our free field at the back over there, that's not bad, really. Do we leave field that alone? It's a bit of a pain, is all I'm thinking with all of it. It's nicer to sort of like have this here, but I suppose we've got the fertilizer spreader in the cell point. No, we'll do it, because I've got to get used to that anyway. Like sometimes having two separate ends, because a lot of farmers have to travel to fields, so it's no different. We're doing the same thing. So yeah, we earn an awful lot of money, a lot from the honey, a lot from the fertilizer, a lot from the mineral feed, and bit by bit over the last two sessions, we've not even got all the way through the winter, we managed to to reach that heady amount that I never thought we would, but we did, and we bought the field. So this adventure is growing. Our money is phenomenal. These are amazing for making butter. Yeah, I mean the butter that we've had from the dairy is quite phenomenal. So Bionic Dairy, we've just stuck another 5 tons in, I think. Yeah, so we're up to almost 6,500 litres, and we just sold a buffalo mozzarella. That was a big thing as well, because that's 8,000 that you get for that, and obviously we would have got 12 through selling it for the self-marketing. So the self-marketing's helping. There's something wrong. No, you were with me on that bit. Yeah, so yeah, that's right, you were. No, you weren't, because this is a catch-up. I'm confusing myself now. Yeah, there's something wrong. I can't draw anything out of the nozzles, and I remembered that I did something to them. To try to improve it, I might add, but yeah, I think I've sort of broken the ability to grab anything out of them at the minute, so I'm going to go away and I'm going to fix that, and then we should be fine. So yeah, next session we'll sell a pig food, which will bring a few thousand in as well. So yeah, I think that's it. This is really the biggest thing that we've actually done. This this is a culmination. It's not just one session. The animals, I'm not focused upon much. They must be getting older, so 50% reproduction, so about halfway through the year they'll be giving birth, which that is amazing, because it'll fill it completely, which will be quite amazing. Yeah, it will. So they're producing about 2.5 tons, 2,500 litres per day of milk, which is quite nice. It adds up every couple of days. I stick it in the dairy, and we're making quite a bit of milk products, dairy products basically. So that is quite an amazing thing, as is the self-sufficiency is coming into it. So I've done fertiliser on this one because I knew I needed to earn a lot. I really did, and I know fertiliser is a real good business. I don't want to overdo it. This is the very first time, in my defence, I've actually used the fertiliser business. I must do the BGA as well on one Let's Play, because I've not done it apart from the Calmsden one that we were given. Yeah, that was. I'd like to sort of have a go in mine because I've not tested it properly yet. So I mean, it's based upon the Giants model, so it's. I think I increased the cycles a little bit so that it's sort of a bit better. But apart from that, it's based upon the 99 megawatt one. I think the middle-ish one. Is that the 99? The one in the middle, anyway. Yeah, but that is where I'm going to leave it. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. We didn't do any ducking and diving, no selling, not this session. No, we did. Yeah, we did a little. No, I think that was last. No, it was the. We didn't do anything on this one. This is all unloading and loading and selling. Yeah, we didn't do that. I don't think the last session we. I'm getting confused. I tell you why I'm getting confused. It's Saturday morning. I'm tired, but I've done these back to back, so it's in my head. I'm blurring a little as to whether I think it was this session. We had a combined harvester and a header that was worth quite a lot, and again it all was helped us. We wouldn't have got to that amount had we not had that to buy and sell. It earned us quite a few thousand. So yeah, a combination of everything has led us to this way earlier than I actually thought we would actually do it. So we have got our goal that we've been working towards. Now it's a matter of like absorbing the increase and actually using it. Yeah, because I often find there's sort of like that, you're not used to the way that the farm is anymore because it's changed the dynamics. So yeah, we shall crack on next session. We will I'm trying to think what we're going to do. What are we going to do that our farm really needs, really, would be the self-sufficiency, I would say, is the main. Now, it's true. Yeah, biodiesel. We could do a massive field of. It'd have to be sunflowers. Yeah, the sunflower one, not the canola one. Which is that one? Yeah, so we could do sunflowers. Now, that introduces a bit of a problem, too, because I haven't got a seeder. We could lease one. We could lease a big one, like one of the 18 meters or something. Not this very second, but by next month we could probably do that. And it's still going to take an awful long time to do field 17 because it's a bit of a whopper. Yeah, I mean it's bigger than the grass field, and that used to take me hours to do that when I was got the biogas plant on the other one. That's bigger. Yeah, one. Nice, very nice shaped big field. So this is really gonna take some time to actually do that. Might be one of those sessions where I set courseplay going, go down for breakfast and come and check and just leave the cameras going, maybe, or maybe not even just do that. Just yeah, because it's a big. Some of these are a little bit beyond. I'll see how we can play, because I don't like doing that really, but it's nobody wants to watch that really, if I'm honest. And although I have dragged you all through that over the years and you've been very patient, I'm sort of thinking, yeah, I know chain of evidence and all that, but which is what I always did it for. But in some ways, it's sort of like if my money's 11,000, I'm not going to cheat because it's just not the way I roll. But I mean, I always want chain of evidence so you can see that I'm not cheating. But if I've got 11,000, well, I suppose it is true, and I suppose that's why I've always done it. I'll set a scenario, right? The cameras are off. I can play with money. I could bring in an army of like workers, and I could like stick another 100 grand in, and I could minus it until it reaches 11,941, and I could hit that with an army. And I could lease equipment till it came out of my ears, and we could hit it with 3 big seeders, and it could be done in 10 minutes. And then I could switch the cameras back on and say, voila, this is what we did. And it took me but then I'm a liar as well, and that's not who I am. I don't like that kind of thing. But what I'm saying, you may all know me well enough to know that I wouldn't do that, but what I'm saying is this only chain of evidence that really proves that I'm being honest in my dealings. It keeps you honest, is my point, because what goes on behind the camera lens, I mean, I openly admit that I like whisk things in and out and like use store deliveries mainly for like whisking. Yeah, I mean, store deliveries is one of my bestest mods for like dragging stuff around the map when the cameras aren't running. When they are running in the middle of a session, I'll buy things with it, but what I mean is it's a tool for me, probably one of my most important ones, which I miss a lot when it's not there, is store deliveries, because I use it to shove things around the map, literally to reset to that point all the time. So yeah, it's one of those things. Anyway, I think that is about it. So all that remains to be said is I really do hope you... No, I think I covered everything I was going to say. Did I finish that sort of what I was going on about? I did, really. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I suppose chain of evidence is, I suppose I could time-lapse it at ×4 or ×5 so that it doesn't take too long. It's not that I expect you to watch it. It never has been. It's the fact that if you chose to watch it, you'd see it was done honestly. That's really it. So I think I will do that. A few times I do not. There's been a couple of times recently that I haven't done, but there was no gain to be had. You know, I knew that it didn't really matter, whereas seeding this, it could cost a fortune, but it's big. I just want you to see that I've done it honestly. So if you chose to watch it from start to finish, you could see that there's no skullduggery going on, and that's what I like to do, really. So yeah, all that does remain to be said is I hope you enjoy the rest of the session. Right, back on Oakbridge Farm. Yes, we have the laborious task of like grabbing these. Well, I say laborious, but it is going to actually earn us a fortune. And it's only. I mean, I'm a bit of a speedster. I like speed, which means like it's really convenient for me to sell straight from the self-sufficiency. But if I do that, we miss out 50% of the self-marketing, the entire self-marketing. I thought, no, we're going to play this realistically. We are, even though it's a pain in the backside and it's going to take time. Bottom line is, loading and unloading actually does take time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into a time lapse and we're going to grab. I'll show you how much there is. There's a lot of there. Solid fertilizer, 61 tons. So we're going to be here a while. Yeah, so I'm going to say my words. We're going to offload this and we're going to win a fortune, basically. Also, yeah, the other things we need to do today are the honey we're waiting for, although it is green, it's light green. But we do have the stuff from the buffalo milk. Not a lot, but there is some. We're going to sell that, and mozzarella's not quite popped. Oh, it might. No, not quite. 760 litres. Butter, we have got a lot of. So yeah, we're going to do all of that as well. So yeah, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, we're going to leave that till tomorrow, I think, so that it's got like 5 odd tons. So we've got pig food that's in the green, but then that's always in green. Yeah, it's always really high. Silage, solid fertilizer, it's building up a little bit again. TMR, we're not selling. Yeah, 340,000 litres of TMR, amazing. So we've got great, they're all, yeah, honey is green, but it's still not top price. So we're going to go through till tomorrow, I think, with animals are completely fed. Yeah, straw, that's the only thing that's going down. So that's fantastic. We've sold all that we can that we're willing to sell today. It's in the green. So we, yeah, no, it's still exactly as it was before. Let's go through till February. The only bad thing is if we do manage to buy that like now or by June, the big field, that is field 17, then it's going to be a bit of a, we're going to have whatever crop the previous farmer obviously sowed. It's, yeah, which it's it is what it is. You can't have control. So we're at 700,000. Phenomenal. Oh, we do need a harvester, don't we? Really? It's a powerful one. It's, again, it's a little bit. I was saying this about one of the others. I think we'll buy the two things, and we would sell them both. I do. I think I'd sooner buy for brand spanking new. That's great. I know it's. I know they don't really like each other very much, but we're going to use them to actually sort of do that. We may as well buy the Laker Tech as well. He's going to earn nearly $5,000 profit, so why not? If we're gonna, yeah, I mean, we've got a goal, so sometimes you've just got to like do this. If we can jump in. And yeah, because we've got a goal, so we've got to do that. I am going to treat ourselves to that trailer though for the Anna Burger. I'm not going to wait any longer. And if we get it, as I say, I've said this before, it's something I didn't sort of think about to begin with. But if we get the trailer come through in the second hand, we'll just sell the new one. As simple as. But otherwise, you just can be waiting an entire Let's Play for a specific piece of equipment to drop, and it never drops. Or so. Why should we not have the fun of... I'm not sure I'm going to take the big... Yeah, take the Merlot out if we're not careful. Or the shop. One or the other. Right, so sell. Yes, indeed. And sell. Yes, indeed. And it is true we have got the... let's buy that as well. Try to make the Lakertech work. I mean, I know it must work, obviously, because people will be like using it all the time. But I couldn't make it work. Yeah, I did do it on FS. It's a 3-point at the back. Yeah, I did get it to work on FS22. So I've probably forgotten. It's more complex than you think, these type of things. So let's take this along, and we shall see what the prices of everything else are like, and we'll crack in with selling, because I'm hoping, well, I just say it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, it's about 4 or 5 grand, so not bad. 729,000. So then, what is our honey up to? Is it green? Grape juice is light green, and butter, they're all, again, that's, again, it's going up quite a lot. Honey is... that's about as close as you're going to get to top price. It's 5 off. So the mineral feed is, yeah, we've run out of stuff for that. The olive oil, you can see that we've got plenty of it. That's doing very well. Raisins, we've finally got 1,000 litres. I have no idea what the slowdown is on that. Although maybe the grape juice is taking all of the grapes. Maybe there's not enough. You need like 3 or 4 greenhouses to produce grapes to actually keep the 2 products going. It might be that the grape juice is before the thing. I'm just trying to sort of surmise why that would be so terrible, but it is. So silage additive, no selling point available. Slurry, a little bit of solid fertilizer, but not a lot, because we didn't stick any more manure in that in, did we? Really, we were a bit naughty. We do, yeah. For saying which, we've got a goal in mind. We didn't actually do that properly, I would imagine. Let's not imagine. Let's look. Yeah, these. Yeah, I could say they don't go down very much at all. None of them do they? They're quite amazing. So that 2 of those is a good little business. Maybe 3 or 4 would be like the perfect thing to be, like. But again, well, we've not touched the sawmill, have we? So we need to be sticking some more. It is true. More manure and slurry. So we're going to need. I haven't got like the grate, have I? For like sticking this. We could stick it into the self-sufficiency. It does accept water. It will. We could also. Yeah, I was going to say we could also, as we're passing, put a little bit in. Says we're on the trigger, but it wasn't really right. So that's that little bit done. We'll grab some slurry, stick this in the self-sufficiency, which I'm quite sure has got a bit of space left now. Yeah, I'd forgotten that we got that roll. It is a bit small though for doing that monstrous field, but I suppose over the winter I could have done it. Oh no, I couldn't because there's crop in the ground. Right, so we slurry, and we want slurry and manure, and let's move the Puma inside a little because it's right in our way. Yeah, I'm very sort of. We are looking for a harvester. I do know that, and again, that's we may have to lease this year because I would imagine that field 17 is going to like take all of our energy really for grabbing that. It's rather a lot of cash to sort of find, and we are very close to actually achieving it. So quite pleased. For same on hard economy, which I cannot stress enough to those who think it's easy. It certainly is not at all. It's rock solid. It is. I mean, I was almost weeping in my boots at the beginning of FS25, thinking, why have I done this to myself? Why have I done this? Why did I say those words that I thought it was a good idea to do hard economy for every Let's Play? You wally. But actually, it's after a bit I thought, yeah, okay, it's tough, and especially at the beginning when there's like horrible productions, and I hadn't done any modding or anything like that, so it was all giant stuff, and it was not very nice. And then of course the cannery, I made the cannery, and that started to turn things around, and also it sort of like let me see. Well, it was this very farm that actually gave me the silage maker was the one that started it all off, because obviously I was as you do tend to be a bit like thinking, I'm not sure if I can do this, I'm not sure, is this a good idea, this modding malarkey that you've like sort of said we're going to have a go at. And I thought, well, I can make a silage maker, I know the recipes, I know what we need to do, so I did it, and like I thought I can improve on that, and before long I'd got like the silage production, and like then I moved on to the self-sufficiency, and then I did the cannery, and I met so many problems through just working through one step at a time, and not panicking, not worrying, just cracking on and working hard. And before long, it's 4 months down the line, and I feel that I've really broken through. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a massive subject, modding, it's huge, it really is, but there's about 7 tons left. I think we'll leave that, so let's grab the red rock, grab the manure, stick that in, and then by morning we should have a shed load more, and we will get that honey loaded. I'm not sure whether to just grab a few piles at a time and just run it, because it's the closest thing to the self-sufficiency, so that's not going to be terrible. I'd imagine we need to feed the animals this morning. I think let's have a look, because obviously it was self-unloading. It's not really. No, it's finished self-unloading basically. It's a bit tight. That's a bit tight. I can do it though, I'm sure, without ripping the end of the John Deere off. 50 ounces. So yeah, we'll leave the oddments of this as well, because it's fairly evenly matched then. Brilliant. So I'm liking where we are. The productions, I think, they're fairly balanced. The light greenhouse to then go straight to the grapes and oils. It's doing well, I think. I'm happy with it being grass. It's not bad. Yeah, so we're not really making much use of that middle field, but it's still very useful to us to get, and also we could put the odd production on it too. The bottom end of it is fairly flat, so I didn't switch this off, so it really should be working quite nicely. And while that's unloading, we could be grabbing the fence, grabbing the rest of the milk, which is the other half to this, sticking that in to propagate this fantastic business here. The bionic dairy, capable of like sustaining many thousands of litres of milk every single day. It's a bit of a beast. I'm going to have a super as well. I mean, a bionic is super, but what I mean is I'm thinking of names. I could call it the extraordinary bionic dairy. No, that's a bit of a mouthful. That one's a no-no, definitely. Right, so we want to be doing are we going to go to another time lapse? Probably think this will be very laborious for anybody brave enough to watch, like all of the time lapse sequences. I think we'll probably just like grab like 4 at a time, or try and push and maneuver them so that the easiest we can possibly do, and then we're going to like sell them. So let's push them all. In fact, let's do it the other way first. Push them in. I'm going to say my words there because I do concur with my own reasoning that it's a little bit of a boring thing to watch if we have this type of thing. So let's just ensure we choose the best way to actually do this. Right, okay, I'm going to say my words. I'll see you guys and gals on the other side. that'll be the one that does it, the buffalo mozzarella. Yeah, that's worth such a lot of cash because it's such a slow burn. Well, if it's, you left it to the Giants one, it would be like probably once every 3 years. But yeah, even with myself, I've like tried to observe the fact that it's harder to do, and it's better than it was basically. So that's, we're gonna do it. I didn't expect that. And not like I was expecting sort of June, July, so that's quite nice. We're going to be buying that field like this very session, which that's going to be a nice place to be. It is, yeah. Quite amazing. And we're still not all the way through the winter. So, yeah, we might actually be fortunate enough to buy that. It's February. There's only cotton. Please don't tell me the farmers stuff cotton. Yeah, there's only cotton really could be like done this early on, so we could get the fields ready for us to actually plant and seed. And I'm going to have to bring my seeder back in. I was a bit panicky. I took it out early on. All my life, brilliant. That honey was obviously amazing because it was like there was more than you could see. It's unlike FS19. Obviously, that didn't. It just disappeared. I don't know whether it like. Yeah, no, it must have done. It just refused to be made, didn't it, really? So let's have a look at our prize. I mean, we also needed to buy and sell it. We needed to do every single thing that we've actually done to actually get to right where we are. Now, has it got anything in it? Please don't tell me you've done cotton. No, it's ready to... It's in the cultivating state. Cultivated. Perfect. We like that. We do indeed want to buy that for 818,000, which is going to leave us a grand total of 24,000. And we have got seeding to do, but we have got a month to go, and we've got our fertiliser to sort of come in, which is a bit of a cushion. But what I would like to do is oh, I will do it on. I'm not worried about looking an idiot. I've been looking an idiot enough, like. So yeah, the other thing is there anything else to sell? I'm not going to sell it now. That'll be next session definitely. Oh, pig food. We've got 26. Oh, no, about 40. Let's grab that out. Let's get that done before we, like, do the bit of, like, sculpting. Fairhead was the name of the Let's Play that Marty... I've got that one there. Yeah, that Marty asked me to have a crack at and set some very stringent rules. And we did it. We did. It was a tough map. I enjoyed it though. It was nice to have that set of criteria, but I obviously had to ad-lib in a few bits and bobs, a few places where I just couldn't, and obviously I couldn't always wait for Marty, so oh no, I didn't want to do that. Oh, we can dump it back in and then quickly it'll probably appear just as quick. Typically you couldn't write that, could you? Yeah, okay, let's take that straight to market. It's just because it would, yeah, it takes a few minutes to make one. It is quite fast. You can watch it actually doing it. So, but yeah, I thought we'd just do the pig food because that's going to take us up to about almost 50 grand again, which is quite. It's a good job I switched off the natural ability of this. Yeah, if you sell more than 50 odd grand to this in its native configuration, the self-marketing, that obviously the Giants version of this that we all saw on Riverbend Springs, I'm very pleased I saw that and saw the potential in it, really. Because yeah, I'm well pleased with the self-marketing. It's my little old brain can understand that. Yeah, there was a lot of like quite complicated ones. The Omatana one was, for me, I was like, I don't quite grasp this. I don't know how it's working. She sort of like had the shop and it sold for more if you did it, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't get how it works. It's a bit too complicated for little old me. I don't get what you're doing, Omatana. Okay, I'm not quite at it. Have we ever drawn? Okay, so I should be able to get the pig food. Am I at the right one? I was going to say, I don't think I'd get pig food out of this one. I'm just like Samaya. I think it's the grapes and olives. Oh, isn't it? It's the pig food. It is. I was going to say, I was thinking, Is it? I can't think. We made pig food at this one. I have missed a trick there, really. I should have made pig food at that one, because here's me. I'm marketing it as like, you know, like a farmer's everything. Well, farmers do have pigs as well, so I would imagine that they'd like pig food. Would probably be a good addition to. Oh, okay. Why is that not? That's a bit odd, that is. Why? That's a bit... It is a bit strange. We can normally get pig food. Have I had any trouble with this on any other map? Is it B-mode that's caused it? Or is it again a change that Giants have done? Because this is what I was finding before. You had a mod working. Although, is this the... We've got the original one on with it hasn't got the grate, so yeah, this is going to be another one of where I go away and scratch my head and think, what have I like not done? Because we know we can draw things out of the other one, only we've got nothing to draw out. That is a point, actually. No, we've got TMR in the so it's like the. Now I tested these. This is just sort of drive me crazy. I got the model right, I worked on it, and I made sure tested quite thoroughly actually for me, because I'm usually like, no, that'll do, and I thought, no, it won't test. So I could draw things out of the spout. Now it's not letting me. This should have TMR in it. No, oh, right. Okay, let's switch that annoying, very brilliant fertilizer off at the minute, because it's rather annoying, because we keep having to like. But yeah, it's true. We should be able to get TMR out of the spout, and it's not like. And I tested this, and it's mod desk is because it only allows you 2 outs, which did catch me out quite a few months ago, because it had dropped 3 below, and then all of a sudden none of my mods worked. What's that about? Well, it was the mod desk. Yeah, that little number that Giants have made. It's now again another way of it's getting, I suppose, with success. Obviously people Giants have always wanted control, and they've always had control, because I mean, when you do a mod and you release the mod, it really is in Giants' hands. That's the agreement. It's owned by them, and modders do get, depending on the good, you know, how successful their mods are, do get a cash payout apparently. I don't know of what. I'm not going to get excited, even if like although I've got to fix whatever error has suddenly occurred on my 2 spreaders now. But yeah, you should. It's annoying me there. I've left that to right. Hawker Place. I'm trying to damage it there. Right, yeah, I should really from that spout be able to get the TMR. We've got like 360,000 litres of TMR in that, and now all of a sudden, for no reason, I cannot actually get anything out, which is a bit bizarre. And I haven't changed anything, so it's conundrums like this when everything worked fine, and then all of a sudden it doesn't, and you're like, well, I haven't actually changed it, because I've been trying to be very careful with all of my models. Yeah, because this is what happens. Yeah, so a bit of a weird one. Yeah, you can see we've got straws. We should be able to draw the straw out, and the stones as well. Everything should draw out from that. So why all of a sudden is the spout not working? Why far enough back? Yeah, that's spot on under that. It really is. And also, the trigger is quite precise, actually. That's one thing I am going to say. But yeah, we're definitely under that loading trigger. Did I change? I may have done. Just thinking back to something I did. It looked, although I stretched it, the loading trigger, it's naturally down. Yeah, I'm trying to imagine. If you imagine a little tiny pipe that extends right the way down to that grate. In its natural form, that pipe is much, much lower, but I don't want anybody's trailer to ever hit it, so I raised it up. That means that the smoke and the pipe lift up. So I dragged it down, but also extended it because it's supposed to hit the grate. If you imagine there's an imaginary line and it's too high, I'm not under it, as in because it's a trigger, so basically I have to hit that trigger for it to register. So I need to check to make sure, and I've done it on all of them, that is that what I've done? Have I not quite made it touch the grate? Is it like a little bit higher? So I need to like check that. So it may be me after all, but it looked odd because the smoke was not doing its job properly, and you don't want a mod half done, and like, you've got to live and learn as well. That I always find these learning sort of, it's annoying, very annoying, because you're like, oh, not again, not something else. But then when you actually do face the problem and you overcome it, you think, oh well, it did teach me something actually, that I know how that smoke works, and I know how the trigger is, where it's got to go. And if I scratch my head too much, what I'll do is I'll open one of the original Giants and I'll think, well, how did they do that? I mean, because I've not moved anything, I've just moved it. What I mean is it's the same. So I can always go back to the original model and just compare and think, yeah, right, okay, that's what I've done wrong. So, but that's where I'm going to leave it. We bought it. I think I might do off camera the bit with the fields. No, I said I would do it, so let's just do it. Yeah, we'll do that one last thing. So we're going to sort of come up at it like here. We sort of technically on paper own this. Now what I've done before is, if we might have to put some cash in, because we really have got quite a bit in cash really. So let's just, well, even if it's a loan. But no, for this earthworks, it's just us shifting a bit of earth around, really. So we're going to add another 20,000, just as the means to actually like do this bit of work here. We'll try and do it dead opposite. We might lose a little bit of fields. Yeah, this is the Fairhead taught me this one. It's sort of like, but what you've got to try to do is, as you would, is raise no, not, I think it is, it's going to be raise. If we raise a mound like above, is it going to be, or is it, no, you raise it first. This one, let's do it a bit wider as well. It's got to go over the top of the wall, and then you use your level tool when you've got a mound and you drag it across. Then it doesn't look too bad. It's well, at least I did that on, it was this very map actually. Yeah, then you just like do that, and it's got a flat top as well. Yeah, you've got to let it's not very powerful in its natural. So then bring it across like that. Once you've got this bits to work with. Actually, what I should have done, I'm trying to be, imagine, no, that's true actually. I'm trying not to go into the field too badly. We are going to have to a little. Not really, because you could do the long runs. That's what I was trying to achieve. So if we now do this slightly bigger, like, and I think it's the red bit that's the, oh, that's actually, yeah, it's, oh, seriously? Right, okay. That's not what I wanted to do. So yeah, perhaps because I'd gone a little, yeah, now that's better. Now we want to be pulling more over this side than the field side, because we don't really want to be losing much of the field. Just want to make this bit of a beast quite large on this side. Yeah, it is actually using quite a bit of cash. Right, so that's not too terrible. We haven't lost an awful lot. We do sort of need like an exit point though, like as in, well, probably down this end. So we want the entrance point then at this end, like the rampy thing. Very, very technical term there, Mr. Smith. Very. So set slope to, I always get confused about this. Slope to point and set slope target point are really not. So I think that's the important thing. We want to go small. And then slope 2 point, I presume we just like go like that. And we should have a gradual ramp leading to that point-ish. It's not worked terribly well. Ah, that's better. It's sort of like joining it. Oh, it's not. It's, yeah, it's, you need to be a bit wider. Like do it in one lump. That's it. That'll do nicely. And then a bit of softening just for that bit at the bottom so that you can like, and also make that less angular. Yeah, we did need that extra 20 grand. It's true. And then we also just want to soften this bit where we're going to go into the actual field, and we need to make it a bit wider because we're going to be coming down this way, aren't we? So yeah, we need to like do that. And then also, yeah, we've got to have a landing point, you could say. So if we do a bit of painting, I think we'll do this as concrete, or yeah, concrete shattered. Let's do that so that it's sort of, we're coming down into the field on a proper. Oh, that's, I'm not sure that was quite what I had in mind, but yeah, let's just go into the field a bit like that, a bit of a landing point, and just. A bit of concreting's been going on in this area. Then we'll do a little bit of used shattered concrete. Obviously cheaper concrete from somebody. Is that enough? I think probably. Not sure this is my finest work, but yeah, it's, you get the idea. Again, there's a lot of. So now, being as we've used shattered concrete, we want to be doing 2 little roads. Oh, that's not very good for this, is it? No, there's certain ones that are good for like drawing your little lines, and there's certain ones that are terrible. And this is, yeah, this is one that we don't use again. It's not very nice. Right, okay. That's a finisher though. Yeah, it goes a bit jaggedy. Some are really good and some are not so good. Let's just make that. So actually looks something like, oh, that's a bit, it is a bit, it's not very good at, it's like rounding this. Some are really good and some are terrible. This is, yeah, not a very good one to use. Looks quite nice though. But yeah, so cracked concrete, and that's the bit of a landing point. So used a bit of the field, but not terrible. 33,000 left. So we'll say that was just us. I suppose. Yeah, let's take the 20 grand away now. Now that we've done that, I think we can. Because we know we're gonna like, once I fixed my minus 20. I was only trying to do it so that we made sure we'd got enough cash to actually do it, and we did really. Minus 20,000. So that's what we've really got. And we've actually achieved our goal. So we now, let's just be thorough. Oh, yeah, let's just run a tractor and a trailer, I think. Yeah, it's not just a tractor. We need to make sure. Yeah, so it's weird. Obviously, I did all my testing, and I had absolutely 0 errors on the mod that I've put. Although, thinking about it, the mod, I've sort of amalgamated the original mod. I might have done something a bit slightly wrong. So, yeah, I was right about this one. So we've not got any cash now to actually fix it. Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, needed to be a bit wider. Right, okay then, so let's just go over and see how well it actually works. This I'm quite pleased with. This actually is alright. I love the bridge. That's very amazing. So we want to be, yeah, we've sort of didn't think about that. We've obviously got to come all the way over here. And then we go over here now. What is this like? That's not bad. No, that's, I have seen worse. It sort of looks a little bit naturalish. And then, yeah, maybe not quite enough of a landing point. Maybe I should have done a little bit more, but it works. And we can, in fact, I suppose, yeah, it is true. Let's also do a bit of a softening thing and a little bit of a ramp this end, because I think it's probably, yeah, double whammy. So we actually want sculpting, and we want set slope target point there, and slope 2 from, I would say, about here. Ooh, that's not so nice. Why the... yeah, it's a bit weird. The way it sort of works, it destroys itself a little. I suppose it's yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do. Give giants the do. Let's just soften the edges a little. And then if we sort of do the softening here, it should drag them into sort of a... it's not too bad. It's not too bad, actually. Just a tad. Yeah, one little pop like that. I think, yeah, we're not a bit of painting as well. So we're down to 12,000. Let's use the concrete pebbles. That's... I don't know if I've ever tried to do a road with these. Asphalt's good. It is, which is obviously one of the default sort of things. I'm not sure. Let's have a look how... not too terrible. It's the bit in between I always find. Yeah, that's not too awful. Yeah, I've seen worse. Done worse. Definitely have that. Right, it's much worse. Yeah, but then again, it's a bit like anything. If you don't have the guts to like look an idiot like on camera, like, well, I mean on camera's a bit different, but if you've got to keep on, because nobody gets good at anything without efforts. It takes continual efforts to actually sort of make yourself get better at anything. It's because you learn from your mistakes, and it really is as simple as that. So we're only in February. We've managed to buy the fields. What an amazing... that is a real... yeah, this needs to be slightly bigger, I think, as well. It's a little bit tight. We've sold all of our honey, which is, yeah, a year's sort of worth of thing. Our animals are doing well. We're right down at 11,000, but we will, with the pig food, when I get that fixed, we will be back up there. So, yeah, that's... but that definitely is the end of another session. Definitely. Yeah, so I am going to say, I hope you... no, I'm not. That's what I'm saying in the next section. Yeah, I still have to think about this. Right, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.